Okay, friends, I'm going to show you how easy it is to plant a little garden and a little kiddie pool. And this was an $8 kiddie pool. And it's nice and deep. It's about, I want to say about 8-9 inches deep. So this will be nice. And in this, I'm going to plant a little salsa garden. So the first thing I want to do is I want to flip this over, and I'm going to put all kinds of drain holes in the bottom of this because you don't want your plants waterlogged. But this is simple. We're going to go just like this. You know, actually, we're going to go this way. And just keep drilling until your battery dies. Anyway, I'm going to finish that up. I charge my battery, but I'm going to finish that up and put just pepper the bottom full of holes because you want lots of drainage in this. And I'll be back. Okay, friends. So now you see I got the bottom all peppered full of drain holes. Make sure you have enough. Now with this, you can go to the store and you can buy, a potting mix because it really isn't very big. But I don't do that because I do my own compost and my own dirt I have hauled in. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to start putting some of my compost. This is my composted manure. And I'm going to put that in there. And this is wonderful. This will fertilize and feed your plants most of the summer. Okay, I just got a nice layer on the bottom. All right, now I'm going to go through. Put some of my dirt in there. Now when you fill this, I'll be able to move this because my husband and I can slide it over. We're just going to put it over on the other side of this compost. So we'll be able to easily slide it. But if you're by yourself, you're going to want to situate this garden where you want it to stay because chances are you're not going to be able to move it when it's full and planted. Not by yourself anyway. And I'm just going to keep that going until I get it full. And when I get it full, I'll be back. Okay, friends. Actually, I moved this because I want it situated in front of my greenhouse. But this, I got it all filled up, and then I had some leftover potting soil in my greenhouse, and I thought I'd just toss that in on top of this. But anyway, what I'm going to plant in here is like a little salsa garden. I'm going to plant small, just like a cherry tomato. Now when you plant these, see I've got another one coming up there, so I'm going to take him off there. I'm going to trim these leaves because when you plant this tomato, clear up to the top of the leaves is that I just bury it almost entirely because all this stem will put out roots and you'll get a nice strong plant. So we're going to plant this tomato. I'm going to plant it right in the middle because that'll be easy for me to, if I need to put a cage in it or hold it up. But see, you just want to plant it all the way down to where the leaves are started. Just like so. Very easy. Okay? So I got the tomato there, and I'm going to do some bell peppers in here. I got a couple of them, so I'm going to put one over here. Put another one over here. And you can grow beans in this, you can grow whatever you really want to eat. Just do a little research and find out what plants grow well together. And you can do a lot. Now, tomato grows well with peppers, basil, and parsley. They're all real good companion plants. And this is an Aristotle basil tree. It's beautiful. Now this will spread and this will get quite large. So we're going to put this over here on this side. Get that all planted in there. And then our parsley is going to spread around too. So we're going to put that on the other side. This is a curled parsley. Just give that a... Now in between this, flowers always plant well in your little gardens. So in between here, and I'll get it, I'm going to put a nasturtium and a couple of marigolds. And this will be a darling little bed. And for probably under $15. And you got a nice little garden. So I'm gonna put the nasturtiums over here. And I'm gonna put a marigold over there. And these are all my own that I grew, so these will do wonderful. And I'm gonna do one over here. Friends, and we're just going to give this a shot of water when I'm done. And I'm going to continue to, I'm going to put a little, maybe I'll put a little cage in here for my tomato. And sometimes it's hard to cage them and put a cage with them in a raised bed, but this one is pretty solid. So I'll be able to put a little cage up there and keep my tomato trimmed and pruned so that the leaves are not touching the dirt. And to start out, you can put a little bit of straw around this too if you want, to keep it kind of protected from the dirt. And when you water this, try not to water over the top of it. I mean, you can't help it when it rains and it's outside. But when you water, if you keep the water off your leaves, off your tomato plants as much as possible, it will, decrease the risk of disease or fungus or anything like that. So it really helps them to do that. Anyway, that's it, friends. That's how easy it is to put together a budget garden. And I have a nice little salsa bed here. So give it a try. And there's many other containers you can plant. I plant in containers because I budget garden. I have to. I can't afford to buy fancy big containers or, do brand new raised beds. Even all my wood from my raised beds were scrap wood and odd cut wood. So I will plant in anything that is not toxic, that you can drill holes in, and that will hold a nice amount of dirt. So I plant in a lot of stuff, but this, perfect. This is perfect. This can go on your porch, on your patio. If you don't have a lot of room, you don't have to grow a salsa garden in it. You could grow about 4 tomato plants, or you can grow all your little herbs, or you can just do beans, or you can do a little teepee in the middle of this, and you can grow pole beans. It pretty much, the sky's the limit. But for $8, this is all under $15. Actually, a lot cheaper for me because I grew most of my stuff. So there you have it, friends. Make sure you give that a try. If you don't have space for a big garden, it's a perfect thing.